Yo, I'm Red Death. What up, doe? And you're watching my channel, Nerdstas. We're here. Nerds are cool. Anyway, we're gonna be talking about holiday movies. Not necessarily just Christmas, but other movies. I mean, you can think of holiday movies. Could be anything. Could be Valentine's Day, which is kind of lame. I think that's a movie with Ashton Kutcher, a bunch of other actors. I watched part of it one time. It's like a chick flick, but I don't know. There's so many holiday movies, but when you think of holiday movies, you think more about Christmas. You know what I mean? And maybe Thanksgiving and whatnot. That's what we're going to get into today. I don't want to just do Christmas. Maybe I'll do that next year. I'm not doing like a top tier. There's no order of movies I'm going to be talking about today. But I want to touch on like movies that people say they're not Christmas movies, that considered to be Christmas movies by so many. So we're just gonna call them holiday movies. You know what I mean? Something that we watch around this time of the year. You know, here in America, Thanksgiving's right around the corner. Some of us get into Christmas earlier. I'm slowly I am, but I don't want to rush it, man. Today it's kind of warm here. It's like 65 today. It's supposed to rain. It's looking kind of shady now. It's getting dark already. As you notice, I got kind of a different angle today. My phone is dead. I forgot to charge it this morning, so my nearest plug's way over here. But I hope it's okay. I hope the lighting's okay in here for you today. I'm not a lighting guy, just like I'm not a camera guy. But we'll get there. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. I want to start off with one of my favorite holiday movies. I consider it a Christmas movie. Trading Places. Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. For some of you youngsters don't know, I think this movie came out in 1980. Yep, here it is right here. To me, it's a Christmas movie. It's even if I made a top tier of Christmas movie, I'm putting on there. I read so many times they say it's not a Christmas movie, but it is so much Christmas in it. It's like undeniable. Like even they mentioned Thanksgiving. I think it's like in between like Thanksgiving to like New Year's, but that's like the holiday season. This is when we celebrate Christmas. You know what I mean? This movie is so hilarious. Even you youngsters, check it out, man. You know what? Like when I was a kid growing up, Eddie Murphy was my guy. So anyway, so it's tradition in my family to watch Trading Placements on Thanksgiving or close to Thanksgiving. So, I'll be watching that probably Thanksgiving with my mom. And you can't mention Thanksgiving without this gem right here. If you could see it on camera. Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. John Candy, rest his soul, and Steve Martin. A lot of people are not a big Steve Martin fan. I love Steve Martin. Growing up in the 80s, he was in a lot of funny films. Trains, Planes, and Automobiles is a Thanksgiving movie. It's about these two gentlemen. The one gentleman's trying to get Steve Martin's character is trying to get home to his family in time for Thanksgiving dinner, and some bunch of bad things happened. Basically, he was getting on a plane and ended up getting snowed out, so his flight got denied. Whatever. But John Candy, he was some random guy. They kind of like bump into each other, and John Candy's like this nice guy. He's like, I'll help you out, But you got to check this movie out. Like, I won't watch any Christmas movie until I watch Trains, Planes, and Automobiles because it's truly a Thanksgiving movie. I really don't know many like straight up Thanksgiving movies. I mean, you got like the Peanuts, which is Charlie Brown. I know they had a Thanksgiving movie, but I really don't remember it. It doesn't stand out like their Christmas special or their Halloween special. I'm sure I've seen it when I was a kid, but Peanuts are definitely holiday movies for sure. Like if I think of any holiday movies that cover a lot of the holidays, it's the Peanuts, it's Charlie Brown, and their Christmas one's great with the little Christmas tree. For you youngins that never seen that one either, you definitely got to check out Charlie Brown movies and their holiday specials. But here's another unrated well, so-called not Christmas movie, Die Hard, the original Die Hard. People love that as a Christmas movie. I can see why people don't consider it Christmas because it's not really about Christmas. It takes place during Christmas. You know what I mean? But there's Christmas music through it, and I watch it around this time of the year. We'll just put it in my holiday category. It's not a Christmas movie; it's a holiday movie. You watch it during the holidays. You know what I mean? Um, if you're a Chevy Chase fan, growing up in the '80s, there's a movie called Funny Farm, which I don't know if you'd even consider a holiday movie or Christmas movie because it really isn't. It takes place like all four seasons. Um, but there's a Christmas scene in there that's pretty darn amazing. Like, they're the towns. It's a small town in the middle of nowhere. Chevy Chase and his wife live in the movie, and they're having marriage problems or whatever, and they're planning to get a divorce. So the house they bought, they're trying to get rid of, and it's during Christmas season, so they decide to pay the townspeople to make it look like this amazing Christmas town. You know what I mean? Like he's only gonna pay each person $50, but there's tons of people. You know what I mean? So they fake this Christmas scene like around their house and their home, and it's just the way they set up. It's just amazing. It's like a 3D Hallmark card. Like that scene is so like such a holiday Christmas theme. Like there's no other movie that like did that where they like just faked the scene and make it look like the super Christmas scene, which is pretty awesome. I mean, I guess you could watch it just for that scene and say it's a holiday movie. I mean, the rest of the movie it isn't. You know what I mean? But that scene it just etched in my head when it comes to Christmas. But another movie that's probably not a Christmas movie, like Die Hard, Batman Returns, Michael Keaton's Batman. That's the second Batman film in Tim Burton's universe, and it takes place during the Christmas. It takes place during Christmas. People say Merry Christmas, stuff like that. It's not a movie to celebrate Christmas, but it is a Christmas theme going on in this whole movie. So I mean, we'll put that in the holiday movies. I watch that around Christmas season once in a while. I mean, I don't really consider it like part of Christmas and part of even the holiday, but it definitely can be a holiday movie. I mean, um, now here's one that I put in my own holiday movies for Thanksgiving as Tower Heist, another Eddie Murphy film. This film's not too old with Ben Stiller. Um, anyway, it's the ending or whatnot. It takes place during Thanksgiving parade, in which if you think about Thanksgiving, you always think about the parade. And if you grew up in Detroit or New York, I don't know if other states in America or whatnot watch parades too. You know what I mean? I'm sure the New York is televised everywhere. I think that's the Macy Day Parade or whatever. And here in Detroit, we do. I think it's called the Thanksgiving Parade. Um, it's kind of like it rings in the new year and whatnot. But I watched Tower Heist just for that scene. The you see the balloons go by in the parade. It gives that Thanksgiving vibe. Tower Heist has nothing to do with the holidays, honestly, except for that scene. You know what I mean? But like to me, I like to watch it for Thanksgiving. I mean, not too many probably know or even watch that, but definitely I do. You know what I mean? I mean, there's so many mentions of holiday movies. Most of them are going to be Christmas orientated. Um, you're not going to find like great other holiday movies. I mean, you got St. Patrick's Day, but you got like The Leprechaun, which is like a horror film. Gangs in New York's a good Irish film that's, you want to watch at St. Patrick's Day. You got movies like that for those kind of holidays, but they're not like Christmas or Thanksgiving, like huge holiday in America. But, you know, as you can see in my thumbnail, I'm talking about the Grinch. I want to touch on Grinch a little bit. Yeah, it is Christmas. I grew up the cartoon made in the '60s. We watched that in my home, my family. Um, I have it. Oh, I should have brought I have it on Blu-ray, which it's originally a TV movie, so I think the movie's only like 20 minutes long. It was made for TV, so TV's like 30-minute long, half-hour episodes or whatever, and so you got 10 minutes of commercials. So in the DVD, there's no commercials, so it's a really short film, but it's a classic, man. Um, you know, you got Jim Carrey's version in the '90s, which a lot of you youngsters grew up to it. I appreciate it. I love Jim Carrey. I grew up to Jim Carrey's films. I like I like it, but I don't know. It doesn't have the original feel. It is basically biting off the original or almost like a live action remake. I mean, there's a lot of scenes that are a lot different. It's a longer movie. Um, but I watched the animated one that came out a few years ago. Oh my goodness, it's so bad. I mean, maybe your kids might get into it because they don't understand or grew up with the original movies and whatnot. But I tried it. It's almost like a sequel, I guess. I probably got 15 minutes into it. I shut it off, man. It just didn't have that Grinchy vibe. I just felt like he was too cartoonish, not he's not. He doesn't seem like this evil guy that doesn't like people in Christmas. You know what I mean? I noticed that a lot of the stores have Grinch stuff everywhere, like Myers. We got Myers here in Michigan, Walmart. They got a section just for the Grinch, which is pretty cool. If you saw my shorts, which I was trying to hit, that's what I was going to talk about today. Was a little bit about the Grinch, and as you saw, my bathroom is all Grinch. I was gonna find like a little like statue or whatnot of the Grinch and put it in my bathroom. And where was that? It's Hobby Lobby. I think I brought up Hobby Lobby before, and I talk that they're really expensive, man. Really overpriced. Just for a little statue. This I get it. You're paying for the name, the Grinch, but I think it moves. Maybe it plays music. I don't know, but I just wanted something simple. Maybe I'll get something at Meyer. I just want something a little simple, just to fill the space in the back of my tongue. As you've seen in my short, check out my short. Like and subscribe my videos, please, so I can start doing live and we can chat together. I don't have many subscribers. I'm not trying to make you guys so bad for me, but I need some more subscribers. I need to get up there. I'm kind of doing this from my couch with no real cameras or anything like that, but I plan on building my channel. Speaking of that, I got something special for you guys next week. I think I'm going to do 2 videos next weekend. One's going to be a very special video. I'm not going to tell you, but it's not going to be here on my couch. Some of you really going to appreciate it that are fans of this video. It's going to definitely be something different. I hope I don't have trouble posting it. But definitely I'm going to do 2 videos for you guys next weekend. I don't know if I'm going to post them back both on the same day. I'll probably do one video one day, one Saturday, and then I'll do the next video and post the next video Sunday. The good one I want you guys really check out since it's not going to be here on my couch. I'm going to try something different. Still haven't had a chance to get a guest. I didn't try to get a guest this weekend because this is not a big subject I'm touching on today. I'm just getting ready for the holidays, breaking it in, figured I'd talk about some movies with you guys that are good for this time of year in the season and whatnot. I was going to bring up National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's my favorite Christmas movie of all time. Top tier to me. Definitely watch that on Christmas Day almost every year. Me and my mother love that movie. Every time I watch it, I still laugh, man. Like, still find the movie hilarious. Definitely great film. There's a lot of fans of it. I never heard anybody say that was a bad film or thought it wasn't funny and whatnot. Check that out. Definitely worth the watch. So this year for Thanksgiving, I'm going to be hosting Thanksgiving. Just me and my mother. I'm gonna be cooking turkey and whatnot. I just thought it'd be easier for my mom, so she doesn't have to clean up. She's getting up there in numbers, and figure I'll do all the cleanup. I'll do the cooking. She wants to make stuffing. Go ahead. I'm not a stuffing guy. I'll eat like a little portion of stuffing. I'm not a big stuffing guy. I think it's too dry, man. I mean, even if you make it fluffy, it's basically just clumped up breadcrumbs. I don't know why people love it so much. I get it's good when you stuff it in the turkey. You know, I'll have her do all that. And I'm gonna do the rest. It's only gonna be us two, so we're not gonna have a bunch of food. I mean, it's gonna be a bunch of turkey. I'm gonna have a couple turkeys. Well, I'm not cooking a couple turkeys that day, but I'll be cooking one turkey that day. I make the best turkey you'll ever have. I'm not gonna share my recipe with you guys. I kind of Googled it, cheated a little bit, and added a little bit twist of what I like to put into it and whatnot. Um, I just ordered I'm gonna get off the subject with the holiday movies. I just ordered a new vinyl. I talk about vinyl and showed that vinyl in that one stream. Um, I'm not a big Elvis fan, but I just ordered Elvis Christmas holiday albums. I do like a few of his songs on there. My family, they love Elvis. So I figured, that's a good thing. I'll play that a little bit probably on Thanksgiving. It should be here by the 20th. I think I ordered it through Barnes and Nobles or Target or something. Anyway, so I'm waiting for that to come in the mail. I don't know if I'll open that on stream. I might. If it comes by next weekend, I'll open it for you guys. We'll check it out. I'm not a big Elvis fan, but I'm not a big fan of a lot of artists that make Christmas music, like Johnny Mathis. My grandma loved Johnny Mathis. I do dig some of his Christmas vibes. It's like OG Christmas music. You know what I mean? I love Christmas music. A lot of people can't stand it, but I like the original. Like the original. I mean, some remakes are okay. You know what I mean? But I like the original stuff that we've been listening to since we were kids. All of us. I have to excuse my breathing. My breathing hasn't been the best. So, anyway, what else movies could we talk about? Um, there's so many holiday movies out there. There really is. More Christmas than anything. I could probably talk Christmas movies all day. You know what I mean? I definitely have a top tier Christmas movie. I own most of the Christmas movies, on 4K, DVD, Blu-ray. Yeah, I like my physicals, as you can see. I do watch stream. I do stream movies too. I don't really pay for it though. I'd like physical copies of movies I can have for a lifetime. I'm a collector. I'm old school like that. You know what I mean? Um, I'd like to get Charlie Brown Christmas on 4K. I once bought my aunt and uncle that for Christmas one year, a couple years ago, I think it was. And I think I ended up getting Scarface on 4K. Um, if you don't know about 4K, well, let me break that down to you guys a little bit while I have time. You got HD, regular HD, which is 1080p. That's, the high definition. And you got 4K, which is UHD or HD. That's 4K, which is 2160p, which is the definition. With these newer TVs, you can hit info on your controller or your display or button on your controller. Most of the TVs will tell you what the picture is coming through. For some of you who don't know, like you get let's say a 4K package through Netflix. That's not really coming through your TV 4K. If you get info on your TV, it will tell you what is coming through. I don't even think some of that's really regular HD. A lot of these streaming platforms, they do that. You know what I mean? They say there's an HD package or a 4K package, but it's not really coming through your TV 4K. I mean, a lot of it's digital. You know what I mean? I remember when I got my 4K, only thing besides the 4K Blu-ray players, I think it was like DirecTV. I don't know if DirecTV even exists, but that satellite TV. They had 4K channels, which was really coming 4K. For some reason, satellites like that. Now Comcast and all that, they BS you. You're not getting your full capability of your TV. You guys should look into it so you know what you're, because you spend money on this beautiful TV. They got the super 4K type movies, TVs now too. which you're going to see how beautiful the picture is in the store, but when you get home, if you don't know what you're watching, you're not going to get that same picture. You got to know what you're looking for. You really do. I didn't know this when 4Ks first came out. Actually, when regular HD first came out, when the flat screens first came out, I didn't know nothing about HD. I knew nothing. You know what I mean? I thought it was just RV wires, the red and yellow and white. Plug in your back of your TV. I thought that's how you hook up HD. Like I didn't know you need HDMI wire. You know what I mean? A lot of these TVs come with that now. Before you would have to buy it, it didn't come with anything. But with like the 4Ks, you got to get the super HDMI wire. It's a few dollars more, but yeah, like so. I remember when 4K came out, I kind of like researched it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like know what to look for, and so I knew I was gonna get that pretty picture I saw in the store. So I think right when I purchased my first 4K TV, I bought a 4K Blu-ray player with it because I knew right away I didn't have to search for 4K channels or whatever. So I remember I think 4K Blu-ray players when they originally came out with the TV. Well, TVs came out first, then it took a little bit for the 4K Blu-ray players to come out. I remember only certain places you could find them when they first came out. They were going for like $400 or $500. Like nobody knew because nobody knew what they were. You know what I mean? Like I remember there wasn't many 4K movies, Blu-ray disc out yet at that time. I think I still have my original 4K player. It's in my bedroom. I forget what brand it is, and so when I bought it, it was that expensive. But like I think it came with a Blu-ray or a 4K Blu-ray with it. Like it was part of the package. I think it was Deadpool 1 or something. I mean, that was my first 4K movie. Anyway, so I learned a lot about TVs, researching on my own. There's a lot of stuff in 4K out there now, a lot of 4K Blu-rays. You guys got to appreciate them kind of physical still because you're getting your money's worth with the physicals. You really are. Netflix, Hulu, I don't think you are. You might get HD. I don't know. I haven't looked at Netflix in a while. I had Netflix for a minute. I was using my buddy's Netflix. But anyway, what other movies could we talk about here? That'd be the holiday or whatnot. I mean, there's movies you can even watch. They're not even really holiday movies that you can watch this time. You're like Wizard of Oz, the Scary Movie 2, with the scene when the guy is licking the turkey and the guy with the little hand licking the turkey. Dude, that's Thanksgiving, Christmas vibes right there. I mean, there's a lot of movies I guess you can consider a holiday movie or a Christmas movie that, sparks some kind of memory of Christmas and whatnot. There's so many. I watched, I think it was on Tubi, streaming flat Tubi the other day. And it was Dinner for Schmucks with Paul Rudd and, what's his face? Guy from 40-Year-Old Virgin. Damn, I can't think of his name. Anyway, he's in it. And they go to this dinner. And the 40-Year-Old Virgin guy, there's something wrong with him. He's crazy. So Paul Rudd is working for this company. And they're like, oh, he's working for these rich guys. And he's trying to move up in a company. So, like, they're getting all these weird people together and have this dinner and to make fun of them. That's why it's called Dinner for Schmucks. And I watched that. I don't know why that brought up like Thanksgiving type shit. Excuse me, because, it's a dinner, a get together for like dinner vibes, So, what do you consider a Thanksgiving movie or a holiday movie or whatnot? Put in the comments below. Let me know. You know what I mean? Be like, oh yeah, you overlooked this, or you should have talked about this. I mean, there's so many movies. I mean, I could talk about Christmas movies all day on here, but I want to make this a holiday vibe. You know what I mean? Movies that are possible Christmas movies or other holiday movies. Um, you know what I mean? I can't wait till Thanksgiving, honestly. I love the good food, and I don't really have a family. Um, I don't think I've had a big Thanksgiving family meal in quite a very, very long time. I was probably a teenager. Usually it was me, my mom, and my brother. My brother passed a couple years ago, so it's been with me and my mom. And he was my half brother. We were like real brothers. You kind of see a picture of him with me over here. Um, his grandmother, he was my half brother. His grandmother on his dad's side, we got kind of close to before he passed away. And she used to come to dinners with us, but she's not going to make it this year. And if she can't, she's older, so she can't walk well. So I was gonna have her. We were just gonna do dinner at my mom's because she can't. I live on a second floor, so she wouldn't be able to walk up the stairs. And I mentioned to my mom I having dinner here, and my mom can't. She got a bad back. She can't walk very well, but she said, "Well, I think I'll be okay if I just walk upstairs that day." I'm like, "Fine." I'm having Thanksgiving dinner, so you don't have to worry about uh, cleaning messes up and whatnot. Um, so I hope you liked today's video. Probably not gonna do too many movie talk anything soon because I'd rather do this live and or maybe wait till I have a computer so we can do like a top tier list together and whatnot. I mean, I'll chat movies all day. I can talk movies for a lifetime, but we don't have to talk about like different movies like I just break it down. Like I said, I didn't want to do a tier list or anything like that. Or like my favorite holiday movies. I just want to do like honorable mentions and movies that I consider kind of like a holiday tradition or whatnot. Check out some of the films I mentioned if you've never seen them. Um, Definitely well worth it. Like Trading Places, you gotta see that, man. If you never see that before, you're missing life. Um, definitely, I would really consider that a Christmas movie over Die Hard or Batman Returns. Definitely, way like, dude, it's like Christmas through the whole thing almost. Like, how many times people say Merry Christmas through it? Like, even, I mean, Dan Aykroyd in it dressed like Santa for comedy's sakes. I mean, you might as well say it's a Christmas film. Are you maybe make it a drinking game for the holidays? Like make it like thing where you can spin and it lands on something. You got to do it. Like how many times they say Merry Christmas, you got to drink to every time they say Merry Christmas or something weird. Like I don't know. I was thinking about making a little game like that for the holidays. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a drinking game. It could be just a fun game, whatever. My mother doesn't drink. Maybe do something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll create some kind of game. Maybe we'll create games together. Maybe we'll do a stream on that one day. We'll make our own games, or we'll talk about board games, or more video game even talk and whatnot. Like I said in previous videos, I am an old school gamer. Um, but I just speaking of that, we're talking about Batman Returns. How about Batman Returns for Sega Genesis? I've never played it before. And I think I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw some group and they show like a picture of the gameplay. And that game looked pretty cool. I can't believe I never played it, being a Batman fan that I am. So I went and bought it the other day. I think it was like $15 at most, something like that. And I played it the other day. It was kind of fun. A lot of the older games are definitely hard. I'll tell you that. It takes hours to get good at some of these games. There's no save. What I mean? You're lucky to get a continue. But I think Sega Genesis, they start getting better at that. There's a lot of continual in that. Because, there's no memory card. But, well, I hope you guys have a good week. And like and subscribe. Check out my short. Check out my other videos. I know the other ones were Halloween. Halloween's done. And you're probably over Halloween. But maybe save it, watch it next year. I don't know, but subscribe. That special video talk about that I want to do for your next weekend isn't going to be holiday vibes at all. I want to break up in a monotony of holidays. I love the holidays, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys because I want to talk about other things. So, you can watch that all the time. You know what I mean? Because holiday stuff, you're just gonna want to watch stuff like this during the holidays. You know what I mean? But peace. I love you guys.